Saruman's army sweeps across Rohan,
Okay.
leveling every village in its path.
I guess here is... I have to look a bit in my challenge run Excel. I'm not sure if I have one or two missions that I can do. I mean, good one. So, Eves of Vanguard, yeah, I have two more that I can do, and then it's Helm's Deep. And of course, I go for Eastfold and Vanguard. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's one or two. The resources, it's okay, but not that important. If you don't lose the army, then it's not important. And yeah, basically...
Eastfold of Rohan is controlled by Eomer, the third marshal of the Riddermark in the king's name. His lands must not fall into darkness.
Oh, this is his lands. Elmer fights on his home turf now.
Destroy all Isengard forces.
Yep.
Let's set up camp here.
And yeah, oh yeah, I remember this mission. It was a pain. The bonus objective is level up 3 battalions. And I will go for Elven gifts. I need them for the Helm's Deep. Unreal would be good, but we have no chance of getting it before Helm's Deep. This one... one, two... Maybe I could have done it, but... yeah, I don't know if I need it in Helm's Deep. I mean... probably... if I do it like here, 2, another power, and 2 more... it... melee damage. What are they doing there? 50% more damage. That's good and all, but Elven Wood with more armor, I think it's better. I will restart, and I will leave it like that. I will decide at Helm's Deep.
Eastfold of Rohan is controlled by Eomer, the third marshal of the Riddermark in the king's name. His lands must not fall into darkness.
Yeah, don't be hasty. Like Treebeards says, don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. Yeah, I'm rewatching the trilogy, the extended trilogy with my wife, and I really like the idea that don't be hasty, Master Pippin. Don't be hasty. And yeah, it was interesting that for me to observe that Pippin, or if I'm not mistaken, Pippin, yeah, is the one that is more mature, or seems to be more mature than Mary, and he thinks things through, like, oh well, that's...
Be careful, there are cave trolls near.
there are cave trolls near, and they died. And I will take their money. Hey. Their pitiful money. Come on, guys. It's so hard to pick up a thing. So yeah, I will... 280 will be Hmm. I'm thinking very hard. Basically, 280 will be the with the bonuses from here because we have 2 command points. So if I can make the stable and I can make sure to lose just enough troops so I can make one more so I can finish at 280. That would be awesome.
Now is the hour.
Basically, that would be really awesome. But for that I need to be able to build 3 squads till the Isengard arrives and have him bank another 700 for the 4th squad. And then I can get into Fangorn
The stables now.
fully upgraded, and yeah, hopefully it will be okay, and yeah, I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it. And yeah, here is 10 battalions. I will wait. I will try to farm to rank 2 here, or maybe if not here to bring it almost to rank 2, and in the Fangorn to bring it to rank 2, and then yeah, have 4 powers for Helm's Deep, and I can decide that then if I want to keep it or not. Here to protect our lands. Come here. You stay here and just stay here as a encouragement. Okay, 3 of them. And of course I can also start making like the 4th of them. So when it happens I can do it. So yeah. We must defend our country. For king and country. So yeah. This is not a hard mission by all any means. It's a pretty easy one, actually. Of course, it can be hard when Isengard arrives, but it's more cannon fodder for us. Power of the Istari. That's interesting. 300 health, 100 damage from Gandalf's powers, and power recharge twice as quickly. Okay, I will wait with it. No point. Darkness covers our land. They will attack somewhere around here. The Isengard will arrive. I can actually push and win the mission before it arrives, but why would I do that? Yeah. This is part of their upgraded force. Basically. I will make them be in open field so they don't have anything to block their view of the enemy. There are where? It's only the Eye of Sauron, which I guess you can say it's an enemy, but yeah. Anyway, hopefully it will work how I want it to work. And I can also build like a postern gate here somewhere, so that my cavalry can quickly return inside if they so desire. And till we wait, we can talk about something else. And, yeah. On this Sunday, I went to church in another city in Zalo, and yeah, I had to prepare for a study of Bible study regarding the entering of Jesus into Jerusalem before the Easter, before he died on the cross for our sins. And it was very interesting, the fact that, yeah, I had to... Oh, well. Okay. 3 of them. Yeah, now they start... Oh man, they start attacking in force. That's for sure. Hopefully I didn't lose anything. I will go back to my... I should have saved, but I didn't. Because I'm stupid. I need to go to 280. 60, please go above. Yeah, good. So I didn't lose anything. Oh man, that's good. That's very good. Too bad that they cannot. I cannot build this for them. Okay, so they are pummeling my farm. And now instead I will build it and go here. My plan workflow. Oh wait, save before I do something stupid. I just thought see that the enemy will arrive in 6 seconds. So anyway, so it was about the entrance. Back to the discussion of Jesus in Jerusalem, and it was like the fact that his disciples, they were tasked to go and find him an ass, a donkey or an ass. Ass is the old word. A donkey. I mean, a donkey sapling, in a way. Yeah, they had to bring him a donkey, and they received very precise instruction about, oh, they come here. Oh, it's not that bad. And yeah, they had precise instruction on how the donkey should be brought in. And one thing that was interesting is to see that, yeah, the disciple had no problem to go and borrow the donkey, but that's in a way to be expected since God has told them to do it. But what was even more interesting was the fact that they went an extra mile, so to speak. They went an extra mile, so to speak, and not only that they went and brought the donkey, they also put their clothes on the donkey, so the Jesus had a more comfortable ride. And it was interesting because Jesus didn't ask them to do it. He was like, well, just, yeah, bring me the donkey. And they were like, well, yeah, we can bring you a donkey, but yeah, we need also to do something more for you, not only bring you the donkey. So basically they also make sure that his ride is in a way comfortable enough for him. Also now I have a problem because some squads it will be really hard to upgrade them with fire arrows, which won't be necessarily a problem because I can do it after hands deep. Because at hands deep I will build enough archers so I can get to rank 2 and have fire arrows, because I will need it for my cavalry. And then I will yeah, then I will oh, why are you doing there? And yeah, after that I will okay, time to go and map of the map basically. And yeah, after that I will upgrade also these troops here with fire arrows. So yeah, but yeah, that was interesting to see that yeah, his disciples did more than just bare minimum. Oh, they didn't even take this camp. And yeah, I was thinking, well, how many people would have done that? And I was thinking that, well, maybe we as Christians, we are, yeah, sometimes we are doing the bare minimum. Oh, what is asked of us to do that? Well, I will do that and no more. But the disciple of Christ actually went the extra mile just so for Christ, and it was a really interesting observation for me to see that, yeah, they basically went the extra mile for their disciple. Okay. And yeah, nobody asked them to do it. They did it because they wanted to do it. And yeah, it was interesting to see this and observe this. And yeah, I was wondering how many of us Christians are still willing to go the extra mile for God. If he asks us to do something, to go and not only do that something, but also do more than that something. And yeah, the answer was I don't know, not a lot maybe. But also it was interesting to look at the people who are like, oh, Sana, praise be the God, the one who came to in the name of the God. And yeah, and after a week, the same people who were like singing hosannas, they were like, put him on a cross, put him on a cross. We don't need him anymore. Put him on a cross. And it was basically, oh man, they are really attacking here. And it was basically because people had, in a way, wrong expectation. They were like, oh, God is coming. He's coming to deliver us from the Romans. But Jesus yeah, I mean, he came to deliver them also from the Romans, but he came to deliver them for something even more important than the Romans. Like, of course, the Romans were not. I mean, it wasn't nice for them to be under the Roman occupation, but what was even worse for them to be under the punishment of the gods because they were sinful, and yeah, that was even it was even so to speak even worse for them to be under the influence of sin. But of course they were only interested in like they have two camps. This is why I'm not concerned about killing so many of them. And you run back. Of course I could just stay here and farm the experience, and maybe I should. So yeah, they didn't really understand why did Jesus came on this earth. They were like, yeah, well, he came because he surely. Oh man. You guys, go and do something useful, please. They were like, oh, no, he came because, yeah, to make us free from the Romans. And oh, oh man, the berserkers can take a lot of damage from like my archers, and they came for so much more than that. But of course they only care about their why are you doing there? Run. They have wounded me. Of course they have wounded you because you are stupid. And yeah, we are just going to sit there and we have yeah 4 companies. They only cared about what they wanted, not what was God's plan for them. So yeah, that was the problem. But actually, and I was thinking when I read the scripture that it was so strange for them, like Jesus came and they were like, oh, finally we are free for the Romans, because the Roman rule was pretty hard on them because in order to keep his empire, Caesar Augustus, he put heavy taxes on the conquered regions in order to make sure that he has the support of the people in Rome, because he learned from Julius Caesar that if you want to rule, you need to have people supporting you and your rule. And they were like, yeah, I need to rule, and because I need to rule, I need to make sure that I have the support from the right persons. And yeah, he was pretty smart in that regard, to be honest. And I will kill them. He was pretty smart, but that means that for people like Israelis who are mostly like an agrarian society, the taxes would be enormous. It would be really, really bad for them. And oh well. Run. Run. That's all that I'm telling you. Run. Hey, run.
We will regroup then.
Regroup in the base. So yeah.
Rohan must stand.
And here I can just destroy it and put a well. So yeah, it was pretty hard for them to be under the Roman rule and have all that heavy taxes levied against them. It wasn't easy, but basically God knew that. But it wasn't the reason that he came to this earth, and they must have been very like with a questioning mark on their head, because God comes, the Son of God, and I knew that I forgot some guys,
Be on guard.
and yeah, to be like, oh well, he goes to the temple. Why? Why does he goes to the temple? I mean, he should go to the Roman citadel and order God to pour fire on him and show the Romans who is king. But he didn't do that, and he went to the temple. He looked at everything that was there, and there was a lot of bad things, and he just went home. That was it. He just went home. And
Strike forward.
he went home. And yeah, I guess it was very interesting for the people to see that, like, oh, maybe he wants to pray to God, or I don't know what. But then to say, the next day he goes into the temple and he starts cleaning the temple, like because in the temple there were like I said, a lot of bad things. The temple was built to have separate areas for Jews, for women, for Gentiles, for people who converted to Judaism, and for the people outside of the Judaism. Hey, don't kill my guys. From people outside of Judaism, and yeah, they made they were very business oriented. So in the place dedicated from people outside of Jews who were outside and they didn't really convert it to Judaism, they sent like a market in which people were buying the temple currency, because the normal currency that was in the Imperium, the Roman Empire, and it wasn't good. It had to be the temple currency, and of course the exchange rate for the temple currency was how can I say, was dictated by the people who made the exchange. And because of that, what happened was that people were ripped off. So they would came to meet God, to have a personal, how can I say, to really meet God and have a relationship with Him. And but they, especially people who were outside of Jewish, outside of Jewish population, and they would be there in their place, in the special place that they could be near the temple. It was like, well, welcome to your place. Here is where the exchange of the temple takes place. And if that was not bad enough, people also, if they came to the temple with with their sacrifices, even if it was a perfect sacrifice, the people there said, well, it's not perfect, but let me tell you how we are doing. I will buy it for you, and I will sell you one that is good, one that would be very well received by the god. Of course, that was another thing that they ripped off people, because the sacrifices were good enough, but they were like, no, it's not good, but we will give you one that is good. And so yeah, it was a way that they were ripped off, and that was happening in the Gentiles, so to say, the Gentile place in the temple, where the Gentiles should have been. Oh, so they didn't took it. They didn't take it. And yeah, Jesus went there, and they said, and he started being very angry and not at all politically correct, and he basically made them get away from the temple and was very harsh with that people. Like, they were like, well, this should have been a place for people, for all people to pray to me, and now you have transformed it into a den of thieves. That was pretty strong words. And yeah, it's interesting to see that no one, not one person that was cast out of the temple for doing like exchange and selling and ripping people off, dare to say anything against God, because even in their minds they knew that what they did was wrong, and that yeah, God had every right to do what he did. But the Pharisees, they were very mad at him and wanted to kill him, because they knew they also abused their powers that they were given for the Pharisees. And yeah, he was afraid that maybe they will be next that will be cast out of the temple, because they are not doing what is right in the eye of God, and instead of doing what they should be doing, they are abusing their power. And yeah, it was interesting to note that, and then to note what the temple should have been and what the temple was. And I will continue the discussion in the next episode. I mean, next map.